Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Nico V here, back with another episode of Partner in a Year series, where I discuss the steps I'm taking, the steps that I'm taking to try to reach the title of Twitch partner within the span of 1 year. Sorry if my words are a little messed up. I'm a little tired today. But yeah, so let's talk about what we did in the stream this week. Just a short little way for me to vent my thoughts and my feelings. Again, probably gonna maybe I'm gonna vent a little bit in this episode some more, just like to explain, just venting my thoughts for the past week rather than what I've done. But of course, we're gonna go for the stream first. So, what did we do for the stream? Well, first off, on Monday, me and Garrett finally beat Gears of War 3. So that is a big clap there because that will conclude our Gears of War 3 or Gears of War series for now, at least. Because our plan was to do the first three, but then 4 and 5 they're on the list, but I think we're gonna take a little bit of a break from Gears because me and Garrett we've kind of made it like a weekly thing where we play games together. Um, and yeah, so we beat the Gear series finally. So we played through one, then two, and then three. And let me tell you, three was rough because this last final mission for Gears of War 3 was it was extremely painful because like we were doing fine throughout, and then we got to the final boss, and the final boss of Gears of War 3 is on Insane, especially is just stupid, is what it is. Um, I beat Gears of War 3 by myself on Insane when I was younger. I don't really know how I did that because the final boss was probably one of the most painful and annoying things that I have ever done in my streaming career. It was just too painful because essentially what happens is there's a boss, right, and most of the boss fight is like fine. We actually did a good majority of the boss fight, and we thought it was fairly straightforward. But then there comes this one section. It's the final section that you have to do, and what it is the queen in Gears of War 3 that she flies around this big bug, and you have to shoot her off of a tower. You have to avoid her and then shoot her, so that she falls, and then you have to hit her with a giant laser that comes from the sky, and then when that's after that she goes on this tower, and then you have to shoot her off of this tower. It's not that hard, but what makes it basically impossible, for me and Garrett, at least at the time, is that we didn't have enough ammo to do it because while this is happening, there are like an endless wave of her Theron guard, which is like just the highest HP locust, I guess. They're just very hard to kill. There's a bunch of bad guys or bad guy AI ads. We'll call them ads. There's a bunch of ads out there that are running towards you, and we found a way to kind of mess with their AI so they couldn't get to us. But we just did not have enough. We didn't have enough ammo to shoot the boss as well as take care of the Theron guard, that or the ads that were coming at us because there were literally just too many, and like we didn't have a choice, and we were on a time crunch for both. And me and Garrett playing this on Insane, we played through the entire series on Insane except for this last final boss, and the reason for that is we ended up switching it to casual to beat it because, and I don't feel bad about that because like it was late and I didn't want to make Garrett stay up because Garrett's already up for an extra 3 hours. He's up 3 hours ahead of me. So we finished at like 1. It was like 4 for him, and I'm not gonna make him stay up for that. So, and I don't really feel bad about doing that because again, I already beat the game on Insane by myself. So this is something I've done in the past. I've like accomplished as a gaming feat. But yeah, we were kind of defeated, and it kind of sucks that we had to do that. But the last boss was just so ridiculously stupid that I can't even describe it. And it sucks because Gears 3 I think is the best game of the bunch. Gears 3 had the best gameplay. It had the best, in my opinion, it had probably the best story. The gameplay was very varied. And we were actually getting through it on Insane, despite how stupid some of the parts were. But we couldn't finish it on Insane. Just, and again, because I'm not gonna make Garrett do that, and especially not since he's already played through the entire thing with me. So I didn't want to force him to stay up and try to beat this final boss on Insane, especially when we've already done it in the past again. So like we both had the achievements, we both looked at it afterwards. So yeah, that was kind of stinky, but we did beat the Gears of War 3 series, and that's fun. That's good. I'm happy about that. Let's talk about what we did on the next day after that. The next day after that, we did the Postal 2 DLC, and the reason for that is because Jared, once again, he gifted as Postal 2. I wasn't a big fan of the base game that was Postal, right? The base game that was Postal, the base game that was Postal was kind of like, how do I say this? It wasn't. I didn't like it much because I thought it wasn't super engaging. I didn't like that it was a big map that you had to wander around and like basically do errands. It's like, yeah, it was funny. You could pee on people and you could like, like shoot places up and like do a bunch of edgy stuff like that, and that was fine and all. But also like, I don't know, it wasn't that engaging. The DLC though, so Jared then was like, you got to beat the DLC, and I was like, okay, I'll beat the DLC because he gifted it to me, and it's like it's a stream idea, so I'll just play the DLC. The DLC I think was actually a lot better because while the shooting mechanics of the game I don't think aren't like super strong, the game is still a first person shooter, so obviously what you want to be doing in the game is shooting people, and the DLC made the right choice of, instead of being a game where you walk around a big open map to do little, I don't know, little like Assassin's Creed type missions or fetch quests or stuff like that are like kind of funny but like lose the luster after the fifth or sixth time you do them. It was just straight up just go from point A to point B and shoot people. And then while that's happening, funny things will happen. And to be completely honest, I would much rather prefer that than the original Postal, because in a game like that, I think it's just better for pacing. It's better for the jokes. I don't have to explore as much. I'm not getting lost as much. I can just kind of go in and shoot things. And I really did enjoy Postal 2's DLC a lot better than the original Postal 2. Um, so we did beat that, and then Jared, I should say, gifted a whole bunch of subs to the channel. He gifted, I want to say 10 gift subs, which is, a whole lot. It's a lot of money. So thank you so much again, Jared, for that. And on top of that, he gifted me Postal Brain Damaged. And from what I understand, Postal Brain Damaged is the one that is the boomer shooter. Because when I went into playing Postal, I thought that Postal was a game where I thought it was literally a boomer shooter, like similar to Doom Eternal, right? Um, so yeah. And then he gifted it to me. So I'm gonna play that this next week, Postal Brain Damage, because Postal Brain Damage is the boomer shooter, and the original Postal. He told me that he wanted me to play Postal for the lore, right? Postal 2, so I could understand the lore. And then he gifted me Postal Brain Damage, and that's the boomer shooter. So in a way, I unlocked the game that I wanted to play this whole time. So I'm actually very excited because I think if they do it right, I think it could be very cool. And then at the end of the stream, what we did, actually, it wasn't at the end of the stream. This was kind of in the Discord afterwards. After the stream, we all got together and we looked at the lore of Postal 1. And it was very jarring to me because Postal 1 is kind of messed up. It's super dark. It's not like how do I say this? It's not like a funny meme game that's a shit post that's like lighthearted. That it's like edgy, dark stuff happens in it, but it's also handled like kind of as a joke. Postal 1 was like about a really disturbed person, and it had a really, really disturbing ending. And if I played that game as a kid, I would have absolutely been terrified of it. So I thought that was kind of interesting because it's just such a vastly different art direction. This Postal 2 feels like a shit post. Postal 1 like feels like a legit like commentary on like society and like a crazy person, and it's just so bizarre to me that Postal 1 is just so dark, and Postal 2, while being like dark with its subject matter, it just handles it in a much more lighthearted and like jokey way. And yeah, so that was pretty much it for the week. I know I said that I wanted to kind of vent my thoughts a little bit some more about what was going on this past week. I don't know if I really have much to vent. Um, I think that I'm just in like, I think I'm doing well. I think I'm doing well. I've had some things that have been getting me down this week. What they are, I don't want to explicitly say, but it's just, I don't know, feelings of loneliness, feelings that like you don't belong somewhere, stuff like that. I've been feeling that lately, but it's one of those things where, do you ever? I don't know. I don't know if other people have this, but I feel like my brain does this thing where it tricks me. It tricks me into being sad about something that realistically I don't think that I would be sad about. Like it makes up problems in my head where like it's like 1 minute I'm doing completely fine, but then the next minute I think up something that could potentially be a problem or be a problem for me in a certain scenario, and then my brain like focuses specifically on this one problem that realistically is not a problem at all. Um, but it's like my brain makes one up, and then I just focus on it, and then it makes me feel sad. That's how I've been feeling the past week, and I'm really thankful that I have like the hindsight to understand that it's not really problematic. It's just my head tricking myself into being sad, I guess. But like I have to wonder why I have to wonder why like that happens. Why are these feelings inside of me? Like, like what like what's going on there? Why do I feel like this? Why can't I just like focus on it? Because I feel like my head and my heart are in two different places. Like my heart feels one way, and that's like me being sad and whatever, or my brain like forcing myself to feel sad. But then my brain also like me as a person and somebody who's like been through this and grown up and experienced like sadness like this before. I know realistically, and I'm telling myself that it's not real because it's like it's just not. It's simply not. I know maybe that's not a healthy way to approach these things, but it's like the things that are making me sad are literally non-issues that I just shouldn't be worrying about at all. But then I still, at the end of the day, feel sad on the inside. I don't know. It's strange. It's strange, but uh, what are you gonna do? I don't know. Maybe I'll focus on it a little bit. I have been getting help from friends, and they're all very helpful and wonderful. So, yeah, we'll end the vlog there. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Partner in a Year, and yeah, I'll see you guys next week. We're gonna do Postal 2 or Postal Brain Damage this week. So I'm very excited for that. And I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.